If someone were to ask me what the greatest Spider-Man cartoon is, I would say The Spectacular Spider-Man. The theme song alone is absolute fire, but the show itself is also fire. So today, I'm diving into what made this show so incredible, and why fans like me still can't move on from its cancellation. The show dropped back in 2008, when I was born actually, and right away, Peter's been Spider-Man for a couple of months, school starts the next day, and within minutes, we meet Sandman and Rhino before they even became villains. That's one of the things I love about this series. It doesn't just throw villains at you, it actually builds them. You see them before they become like the actual superpowered villains. Take Eddie Brock for example. He starts off as a close friend to Peter. The show takes its time showing why Eddie starts to hate Peter and how the hatred transforms him into Venom. It's such brilliant storytelling. The same goes for Doc Ock, Rhino, Sandman, and other villains too. Even villains that get introduced faster, like Vulture and Electro, still feel fully developed. Adrian Toome's idea was stolen by Norman Osborn, which drives him to become the Vulture, and Electro, he's basically just a tragic accident. He's a guy who just wanted a normal life. You can actually feel bad for him. Meanwhile, Peter's juggling his secret identity, classic Spidey problems. The Daily Bugle scenes? Perfect. J. Jonah Jameson is actually how you want him. Loud, over the top, but deep down, he's got a heart. There's an episode where John Jameson, his son, is trapped in space, and for the first time, you actually feel bad for Jameson. They gave Spidey's biggest hater real emotion, and I loved that. Then you've got Tombstone, who's secretly running New York's crime world. He hires Norman Osborn to create supervillains so Spider-Man stays distracted, which leads to characters like Sandman, Rhino, Shocker, the Enforcers. We also get villains like Chameleon and Black Cat even. Also, every episode builds on the last. There's no filter, just tight, connected storytelling. Now, Symbiote Peter, he is just a total menace. And here's what I love. Flash Thompson, of all people, is the one who notices something's truly wrong with Peter. The guy who used to bully him is the one who helps him realize how toxic the symbiote is. That's some seriously good writing. Peter himself, one of the best interpretations ever. We hear his inner thoughts, just like in the comics. He's constantly juggling responsibility, trying to help Aunt May pay the bills, and struggling to take photos for the Bugle. Nothing comes easy. Now let's talk about Gwen and MJ. Both amazing in this show. MJ in this show has no ego, no unnecessary drama. She's chill, confident, and actually supports Peter. When he bails to go be Spider-Man, she doesn't get mad, she just understands. She doesn't even know Peter's Spider-Man in this show. And Gwen, man, Gwen is the one. You can tell she loves Peter, but he's too busy being Spider-Man to notice. Their chemistry feels so real. Remember the Lizard episode? Peter, Gwen, and Eddie are interning together when Dr. Connors turns into the Lizard. Peter defeats him as Spider-Man and takes photos, which backfires. Everyone thinks he only cares about the money, so Gwen's mad, Eddie's furious. It's pure drama done right. And then Peter almost gives up being Spider-Man, but remembers why he started. That scene hits hard, and Gwen eventually does forgive him. She doesn't hold it against him or anything, which, perfect. Also, Harry Osborn is in this show, and his arc is just insane. Norman clearly favors Peter, and you can see how much that eats Harry alive. He starts drinking this mysterious green serum, and when Green Goblin shows up, we all think it's Harry. I mean, it was either gonna be Norman or Harry, so I knew it was one of those two. I thought it was Norman, but then with the juice and all that, I figured it was Harry. And it is revealed to be Harry. He unmasks himself as the Green Goblin. I guess apparently the Green Goblin gave him a multiple personality thing where he doesn't remember being Goblin. So I was like, okay, interesting. I mean, it was either gonna be Norman or Harry. I only knew it was Harry because there's a scene where Green Goblin attacks Oscorp and Norman is right there. And so I figured, okay, makes sense. But plot twist here. In season 2 finale, this got me so good. They actually have a twist that it was Norman the whole time. Apparently Harry was framed, and the reveal, man, that was that show I'm speechless. They literally actually got me on a twist that I literally suspected it was Norman from the beginning, yet they threw me off. And I fell for it. And I'm just amazed by that. I'm they literally made Goblin's reveal still shocking. And that's writing right there. Now anyway, actually speaking of season 2, it keeps up the momentum. We're introduced to Mysterio, Kraven, Molten Man. Kraven also turns into a lion.
Yeah, that happened.
Molten Man ends up being Liz Allen's brother, which adds a whole new emotional layer. Speaking of Liz, she actually leaves Flash for Peter, pretty much she was dating Flash, and Gwen is actually dating Harry in season 2, but still clearly loves Peter. It's messy, but intriguing, you know, one of those things that just draws you in. Also, Flash, he grows so much in this season. He learns humility, stands up for what's right, and by the end, he's actually likable. This show, like, I'm just amazed how this show turns, like, the biggest haters into, like, people you actually like and actually feel bad for and actually care about. And now, let's go on to the finale. And the season 2 finale leaves us off with some great cliffhangers. So, it's assumed Norman's dead, but nope, he's actually alive. Harry is starting his villain arc. Gwen and Peter finally admit their feelings, but Gwen still decides to stay with Harry because I guess she feels bad for him, but Harry knows that she prefers Peter, so it's like, villain arc starting up here. He's totally gonna become the Green Goblin for sure now. Dr. Connors also gets blackmailed and actually moves to Florida as well, so this is like a perfect way to set up season 3. Yeah. Disney was negotiating Spider-Man rights with Sony actually during this show, like around this time, and because Spectacular Spider-Man is a Sony show, Disney scrapped it and replaced it with Ultimate Spider-Man. And it's just like, why do the best shows get cancelled so early? It hurts even more knowing what could have been. According to Greg Weisman and the show's notes, season 3 would have introduced Scorpion, Hydro Man, Hobgoblin, Carnage, Mr. Negative, and Morbius. We were even supposed to get crossovers with the X-Men, the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, and even a musical episode. Can you imagine that? That would have been epic! Also, they had plans to follow Peter all the way through college and even to his marriage with MJ, apparently. This wasn't just a show, it was a full Spider-Man saga in the making. To this day, fans are still begging for at least a season 3. We got a small cameo in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse with Josh Keaton returning to voice Spider-Man, which that was a nice touch. But man, this show deserved so much more. Spectacular Spider-Man isn't just a great Spider-Man show, it's one of the best animated series I've probably ever watched. It captured what it means to be Spider-Man: heart, humor, struggle, and sacrifice, and as far as I'm concerned, it'll always be the best Spider-Man show in my opinion. So what do you think? Do you agree with Spectacular Spider-Man being the best, or do you have another favorite? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to like and subscribe, click this video right here, YouTube thinks you'll like this one the best. See you guys!